people. So wow, talk about a loaded episode with so much to talk about in episode 899, and to think 900 is next. Felt like this could have been 900 with everything that went down. So with Hawkins and Zoro, everything that happened in the second half of the episode in Okabura Town, two introductions we got, and we got a character return in the form of Law. So it was loaded. My take on this, there has not been a bad episode since we entered Wano in the anime, which is only a good sign. Even if it's been slow pacing, it's been very consistent from the very get-go. Even with 891, with the journey to get to the border of Wano, I felt like there was a different vibe, and this could very well be the best episode yet. Although it's, I mean, let me know what you guys think, but it starts off with Hawkins pursuing Luffy, Tama, and Zoro with the huge-ass scarecrow. So Zoro has to step up and actually block the actual, I guess, the mace with nails on it that's about to attack. So I thought that was kind of cool. And it's really interesting to see how, I guess, the huge-ass scarecrow his attacks were controlled by Hawkins. So it's like a VR chat type of thing where you're controlled by the user. So I thought that was pretty cool. Essentially becomes Hawkins versus Zoro in a way. And Zoro, for the better part, was handling himself pretty well to the point where he's actually casual with Hawkins. That he's actually deflecting some of his attacks just to get him away from Luffy. And obviously, there's going to be a big debate on Zoro taking some damage because of the nails. But I think the big picture here is if he moved out of the way, then Luffy and Atama specifically will probably get hit with the nails. So that's the reason why he took damage, to get in the way so they wouldn't take any damage. Even though the attacks were actually stopping Kaido, the rain dog. So either way, I thought it was kind of cool. Like I said in the previous episode, it showcased how menacing Hawkins can be, how cold-hearted he was. He's going after Zoro. There's one part was actually fending off, and he's actually getting attacked. Like, I guess the huge-ass scarecrow, the Soul Reaper scarecrow, connected to Hawkins. So if he takes damage, Hawkins takes damage. Although that's not true, because his subordinates, with Hawkins' Devil Fruit abilities, they're the ones that take the real damage. So, you know, if Zoro was going all out, I mean, that's debatable. But either way, it's like Hawkins taking some damage, but obviously it's his father underlings that take the real damage, which is, like I said, you have this scarecrow spitting out some nails. Zoro blocks most of them, but he does take some damage in the most part. But even after that, he's still like two-sword style. I really love the ripple attack they used to take down the scarecrow. That was pretty dope. And that's the thing. The animation in this episode was great. Even through the second half of the episode, we considered there wasn't as much action, but there's definitely a lot to talk about. So just cut through that scarecrow like it was nothing and got rid of it, even with sustaining damage from the nails. I thought that was pretty. Zoro, Atama, and Luffy make a break for it on Kamainu. The colleagues ask Hawkins, should we give them chase? And Hawkins is like, oh, I guess they have luck on their side, because it said, he pulls out a card, it looks like they're going to be helped out by someone. Turns out that someone's the female samurai who we saw previously, who Zoro helped out, and we get a full introduction in the part of Suru. And she's a tea shop owner, and she's the one that actually offers to help out Zoro and Luffy back, Tama back to health, so that ties that up. Zoro for saving her life, and Zoro's like, were you hiding out in Kamainu's tail all this time? Which, I mean, she only appears, I mean, you see a smile at one point where she's hidden, but then when they actually made to a dead end where Kamainu doesn't want to go any further, I guess it's because he's familiar with Wano. Like, Luffy's like, you need to go on ahead, or the time is going to get worse. Suro pops up, so I'll nurse her back to health, and that's where Luffy. And it's amazing how Luffy and Zoro did detect her. That's kind of like suspicious to me. Like, you'd think with observation hockey they would know, especially with Luffy. They weren't even aware, they just focused on Atama, I'm guessing. And that's when she appears. We get the full introduction of Asuru. They go into the second half is them going into other parts of Wano, Okabara Town, which I'm really glad we're going to get to see other parts of Wano other than Kuri. We go there and immediately we get introduced to O-Kiku, the female samurai who's obviously assisting the tea shop. I guess the tea shop, obviously, she's familiar with Asuru. And we get also introduction to Urashima, a sumo wrestler who's obviously hitting on O-Kiku. Now, if you read the manga, you're familiar with O-Kiku, so it's kind of disturbing of what's going on right now. But either way, He's asking her to marry her. O-Kiku's having no one, and it's like you either buy something or you just get lost. Like there's something off about her, like she's, but at the same time there's something to it that doesn't sit right. So I'm not saying that just as a manga reader. You get the vibes as you're watching. So you tell me. Before it goes any further, in comes Zoro, Luffy, and Otama riding on Kamino, and as you would expect, Asuru knows O-Kiku, and I like the voice actor of Kiku. I thought it was pretty cool. It fits. It fits. Charming and innocent, but also very determined. Like I said, this episode was loaded with introductions and returns. If Shima was like trying to go in to try to pursue O-Kiku, but then you see Zoro give Orochima that look, and he's like, "Fast, just move out of the way before you hurt yourself." Planning on fighting Zoro, but he's having none of it. As soon as Zoro glared at him, like, okay, he got intimidated like it's a joke. So it's going to be a sumo match. I hope you attend O-Kiku, so I'm guessing that's a plot point that's going to happen. And judging from the preview, it looks like they may have to. So are already going to make the pairings of O-Kiku and Zoro immediately, so I know it's going to be a thing. I thought, what do you think about the introductions of O-Kiku, Orochima, and Asuru? Because I thought it was pretty cool. Obviously, O-Kiku's a popular character. Enough. No, before the end of the episode, we see them putting medicine together. I think it's really cool. It's attention to detail. How Luffy is the one mixing the medicine. How back when the art first began, it was Otama that fed Luffy who put the rice together. So I thought now it's Luffy's turn to actually help out Otama. So I thought that was pretty cool. So we go to another part of Okabura town, and we see Sachi and Penguin and Beppo for the Heart Pirates. They're looking in. They find out that Luffy and Zoro have made it to Okabura town. They said don't to pursue him. Obviously, Beppo will be recognized instantly. He'll be kind of suspicious. So let's just give word to Captain. And then we see Law, which I didn't think we'd see in this episode. So that was a shocker. So we saw Law. So we saw the return of Trafalgar Law, which is pretty cool on Wano. So the Worst Generation hype continues. That would have been the way to end the episode, but no. They decided to go one step further to up the ante with the tension of Wano and remind us what the threat is in the form of Kaido. We go to Onigashima, and I think it's really cool you get to see Onigashima in full in the anime for the first time, so that's pretty cool. So we see Kaido, and he's drinking sake, and obviously the narrator hyping him up like he's the strongest creature alive. Kaido, nobody could defeat him, and I don't know if you noticed, but the close up of his eye, you see him morph, so that's kind of a tease of what's to come. But I like the teaching the detail because now it makes sense of what's going to happen later down the road with Luffy. So that's that. And like I said, it was a loaded episode with so much to Hawkins versus Zoro by default. We got the reintroduction of Law. We got the introduction of O-Kiku, Asuru, and Orochima for what it's worth. So let me know what you guys think down below. I thought it was a solid episode. Great way to continue the episode into episode 900 with Wano. And it looks like from the preview, Otama's not only going to be healed, but also kidnapped. So that's going to play a role with what Orochima said in the episode. So that's going to do it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.